Hi, this short video shows you how you can reformat children's names into the convention that MarvellousMe needs when uploading data, say for the new school year, or to upload multiple children into group management. We're aware that many MISs output the data into different formats to what we require, so hopefully this tool that I'll show you will make it very quick and easy to get it into the right way that we need it. So in your MarvellousMe admin portal, tap on Help and Resources, and this takes you to our handy school bag, which has lots of tools and resources to help you. But in the admin section, about halfway down, you'll see the name configurator. So if you tap on that, that will download an Excel file called the name configurator. And there's lots of different worksheets along the bottom, which I'll go through, but it's certainly worth reading the instructions. Now, just as a recap, what MarvellousMe looks for in any data file or when you're adding multiple children to groups, it's looking for the first and last name together in one column. Now, lots of MISs, as I said, output names differently. Now, fortunately, most schools use Sims, and I know in Sims you can run a report that has a child's first and last name together, which is perfect. So column A is typically an output from Sims, and that's exactly what we're looking for in MarvellousMe. But certain MISs do output it differently. You might have the forename in one column and the surname in another column. You might have the surname first in one column and then the forename in the second column. You might have the forename and surname together but separated by a comma. Or you might have the surname and then a comma and then the forename. So hopefully we've covered the various connotations that you might have in your report output from your MIS. And each of these different worksheets along the bottom tell you how you can change those to end up with the correct format for MarvellousMe, which is this one here in yellow. So looking at the instructions, number one, it says choose the relevant worksheet along the bottom that matches the output that you have in your data from your MIS, and then copy and paste the names that you have into the appropriate worksheets into the corresponding columns. We've then added a formula that you'll see in the yellow highlighted cells that will convert the names needed by MarvellousMe. Now, there's also one extra step if your output has the name together in one cell but separated by a comma. But again, we've given you some guides on how you can split that cell apart and rejoin the names in the correct format for MarvellousMe. And then once you've got the names in the right format, you can go back to your data sheet or in group management, and you can simply copy and paste the names as values. That's really important to paste them as values into the relevant column for MarvellousMe. So let's go through some examples. If your MIS has output the names as forename in one column and surname in another, so such as this example here, if I copy this, I can then go to my forename and surname worksheet, and I simply paste those in here, and then our formula here puts them in the right way. So I can then select those cells, edit, copy, edit, paste special, choose values, and paste them into my appropriate worksheet for MarvellousMe. So that's easy. Second example, if I've got the surname first and then the forename in another column, again, copy those, go to that relevant worksheet at the bottom and paste those in. And again, MarvellousMe will join them together in the right format. If you've got the forename comma surname, then again, copy those, go to your spreadsheet. And this is a little bit more complicated, but if you paste the names in here, then what you need to do is split these cells apart. And there's a really handy guide in column E with some pictures that tells you how to do this. Okay, so it's very simple and it typically takes a few seconds, but basically you choose your names and highlight them, and you go to data and you go text to columns, and then you choose delimited, next, choose just the comma delimiter, and then you can either choose next or finish, but let's just choose next, and then leave that as it is, finish, and then what it does is it splits the name apart, takes out the comma, and puts them into two columns here. And then, again, as before, we've joined the names together here in the correct format. So again, you can then copy those and paste them as values into your worksheet. So again, it's not too complicated, and our guides here again show you how to split those initial names apart using text to columns. So then finally, let's just show you the same example again, but this is where you might have the surname, comma, forename. So if you copy those and go into the surname, comma, forename worksheet and paste them in here. So again, we need to split those cells apart. So we go into data, text to columns, delimited, next, just the comma one, next, leave that as it is, don't change the destination, tap finish, and again it's split those names apart, taken out the comma, and then our formula has rejoined them, but also with the correct forename first and then the surname. So again, then you can copy those cells and then paste them as values into your MarvellousMe worksheet. So we copy them there, we'd then go into our MarvellousMe worksheet and paste them as values. And then you've just got to make sure they obviously line up with the relevant UPN, and you're good to go with the rest of the worksheet. So I hope that helps, and please get in touch with us if you need any assistance at all. Thanks.